Hi everybody, this is Wolfgang with 6L Designs. Today we have something really good going on. My friend and buddy Jay, he made a purchase that I'm as excited about it as he is. He bought this brand new model from
Evolution.
Thank you.
Via Trick Tools.
Via Trick Tools, kind of like this brand new saw, that miter cutting metal saw. And so we'll have a close-up. We'll take a great video of all the details so you guys have a chance to see how good this saw is before you want to purchase one. So let's get started.
All right.
So Jay, kind of like, now that we're taking a closer look at this, could you just kind of like release kind of like the safety button so we can move the aggregate up? So that safety button is on the side, so right here. So you can lock the saw in place, kind of like if you want to transport it. And so kind of like, what has impressed you so far as you had a chance for a couple hours to take a look at this?
Well, I really love the two quick release clamps here. Then this clamp, which is movable into different positions here. It also goes to the other side. That might be a tad limited, but this is a great feature as well. And then these clamps, quick release clamps, if you loosen a couple bolts underneath, this bar can move up so that you can get into the center of the material that you're working with.
So the whole setup, kind of like pushing against the fence, is basically height adjustable.
Yes.
I think that's a great feature. And when I look at how it is built, so this is kind of like a 1/4 inch, you know, flat bar, and kind of like all the elements, all the components of it are really well made. These quick release clamps look really sharp. So all you do is kind of like just kind of flip the lever, correct?
Yep. Flip
and
the lever.
Then they engage, and you can engage. And kind of like to open them up, you just basically flip them, and you can move these things quickly out of the way.
Yeah, pretty typical. The other feature of this saw is a sliding part here where you can adjust this to where you want to cut your material, as far as thinner material, rod, very small material.
So you have a chance to optimize kind of like the entry and exit angle of your tool, of your saw, as you cut different profiles.
Yep, I think the most common will be forward, but it does have a middle position too.
Yeah.
And they do give you a guide in order to tell you what setting to use depending on the material.
Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah. So kind of I'll just kind of like show you guys from the back side. And you can just see, you know, the base it looks like cast aluminum, you know. And so everything that we can see on this saw looks like very sturdy. And you can see kind of like, you know, the fence actually is bolted on, so you might have a chance to reference it and just to make sure kind of like that it is perfectly perpendicular to your 90-degree cut line. Yep. And you potentially could get a replacement if you wear it out. So
I'm sure you can.
I think that's an awesome feature.
Yeah.
To be able to manage this kind of like in the future.
Yeah, and of course, what makes this saw the greatest, in my view, and
that was the main reason for you to buy it.
This is the reason. So I can miter this way.
So you have this lock button just for specific notches.
That's 30 degrees, but this is 45.
Yep.
I haven't had time to tune it, of course, but then I can do this too instead of walking around the saw trying to figure out which way my material is going to lay in there.
Yep. And so this is basically, it has this button on top that kind of like engages into those notches, and then you tighten it by just, turning that knob just to secure it in place. If you have any other degree that you would need outside those notches.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks, what I like is kind of like that the fence can be replaced, because you know you'll see some you know, scratching and some wear and tear kind of like on it.
It's pretty healthy.
But you know, when you look at it, you know, it's also, you know, cast, looking at it. But overall, you know, this looks like a really well-built piece of equipment. So you have this little guard here. You know, that's just kind of like a chip guard when you're cutting into the material, so chips don't necessarily, you know, hit you in the face. What I feel is kind of it could get and be an interference with kind of if you move the clamp here to the side, and it's just a matter, you know, where your clamp sits, or kind of like the miter, and you can see kind of, you know, how it touches this button to tighten that clamp. But just to have all these options is really, really good. Can you just pull one off of those little fittings that they have, you know, to make it work good on different profiles? I think that's pretty slick to have a chance to, you know, kind of like put them on or off, depending kind of like on what you're cutting, and to have those kind of like, you know, work great for angles or, you know, round tubing. I think they're pretty slick, and you can, you know, turn them 180 degrees so they go on easily both ways. And there is one of them basically for each of those clamps.
Yes, there's 3.
Yeah. No, this is really good. So to change the blade, you obviously have to remove kind of like this little cover.
So the wrench here.
Let me just go there. So
Yep, here's the wrench.
So you have that always kind of like on your tool, so you don't need to buy an extra one.
No, or dig around for it. You know, this loosens up just like pretty much every saw.
Yep.
That goes there, and
then you have access to it.
Yeah.
How does the blade stop? Is there something?
Well, there's an arbor stop right here.
Okay, so you have a button right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of like the same like it is on my DeWalt, or kind of like on most other saws.
Yeah. Yep.
And so that's the blade that basically comes with it,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a
standard evolution.
That's a 60.
blade.
That's a 60 tooth blade.
It is,
which is a great all-around, you know, blade for mild steel. No, this is.
And then the other end is smaller, so you can use it to tighten other features.
Oh, okay. Yep. So you basically have primarily everything on the saw that you would need.
Yes.
Let's just fire this thing up. Let's plug her in once.
Okay.
And fire it up. So the cord looks like to be, what do you think?
10 feet, maybe?
8 to 10 feet.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of a reach. Let's plug it in. Down here in my power strip. And
so it's got the safety feature here on the blade. You have to release the button.
Yep. Yeah. This is nice. So if you just hold those two pieces, take them apart and put them back together. You know, this is how good this looks. This was just a quick introduction to this new saw. Kind of like Jay is really tickled pink to have it.
Oh, absolutely. You guys know how it is trying to do a miter with the chop saw. I do have an evolution saw that.
Like the old style?
The old style. So, you know, turning your material and all that stuff, and no clamping. You had to kind of rig that a little bit to make it stay. And I like the outgoing piece clamped down the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you have a small piece, you know, that you don't want to maybe hold on to or grab or go across a room, you can get this clamp in there very, very tight.
Very tight to the cutting line. Yeah.
Yep, right.
No, this is phenomenal. So guys, this was just a quick little video to show you kind of like what's new on this Evolution saw.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thanks for watching.